Think like the best plain muffin or plain cookie base you've ever had, times 10. I need to know what your favorite part of a muffin is, if it's the bottom or the top, because mine is the top. And if you said bottom, I think you're wrong. The top of the muffin is so much better. It's crispy on the outside, it's crunchy, but it's fluffy and cakey on the inside. It's the best of both worlds. You have a variety of texture, of taste, of appearance. It's just beautiful. So in an effort to kind of embrace that in baking, we are going to make cakey muffin top cookies. I made this recipe a couple years ago and it was so good because it combines cookie and the best part of a muffin, which is the muffin top. And it's essentially just a cookie that is very cakey, very airy, very fluffy, but just has the qualities of a muffin top because it's not a cookie texture, it's a muffin texture. You get it? We're gonna make this recipe very plain Jane, and then you can add in whatever you want, like blueberries, chocolate chips, dried cranberries, literally whatever. The world is your oyster. I also believe these are easier than making muffins. So to start off, I'm going to take half a cup of demerara sugar. I'm also gonna add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. I love the flavor that it adds. There's a little bit more, but don't tell anyone. I'm gonna crack in 1 egg. I give these 3 things a little whisk. I like to see it fluff up a bit and get really pale in color. We're gonna add in about 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla and about 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. I like to whisk immediately before the coconut oil reacts to the cold temperature. For dry ingredients, I'm gonna add in a cup of unbleached flour, half a cup of almond flour. If you wanna make these chocolate, you can go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of cocoa. I do 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. This is what gives it that muffin texture and sets it apart from cookies because cookies don't have baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, like a 1/2 teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of salt. At this point, feel free to add in whatever you want, nuts, chocolate, fruits, you name it. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a mix. It should resemble dough-like consistency. I'm using a 1 ounce cookie scoop. I'm going to take a scoop of dough, carefully place it onto the baking sheet, and we are gonna throw them in at 350 for about 10 to 12 minutes. I've gone ahead and let these cool for a bit and I think they look so good. They fell a bit flatter than I would have liked, and note to self, the last time I made these I actually did refrigerate the dough for 30 minutes and I forgot to do that this time. That made a difference. However, they have the perfect cook underneath. They're nice and golden, they're crispy on the outside, and when you break into them, they're subtly soft. Have a bit of that springy, spongy texture of like cakiness, but the top is still a little bit dense and moist, looking like a cookie. Oh my god. I honestly have no words. Texture is perfection. They have that crunchy, crinkly top because we beat the eggs and sugar together. The inside is so fluffy and moist. They're baked perfectly. But the taste, I honestly can't even describe it. The flavors coming out of there are so good. It's sweet and it's salty. Delish.